Hey guys, this is Tony with Inner Geek Designs. Today I want to talk about how to offset a path or to use the contour tool in Affinity. This is a pretty common practice in especially print design as a way to create bleed pretty effectively and pretty quickly. So it's a way to have a vector shape and add a shape around it while not destroying the shape and having a way to go back to where you originally were. I've used this plenty of times for simple bleed, for also doing bleed on cut contour shapes. So I need to make something with a custom shape, and I also need to make sure that there's bleed on top of it, or bleed behind it, so I can have that as well. If you like this, if you learned something, like and subscribe, and let's just hop into it. Alright, here we are with Affinity. We're going to start off with a simple shape first. So let's go over to my layers first and let's talk about how I have this set up just to make it a little bit easier at what we're looking at. So I'm going to pop my layers out just so we can look at it. In a nutshell, this is how I always like to set up with bleed. This gives us a little bit more control, a little bit of ability to make sure that we're working well. We're working with artwork, we're working with non-destructive design, make sure we have a way to get back to our original design if we go wrong. So I have my cut contour in its own layer. That is that blue circle you see right here. That's that blue outline. And this is also set up right. This is set up as a spot color. They call it cut contour, all that. If you want to learn about how to set up a spot color and how to do cut contour, you can see the video up above. We have our art layer. That is this solid color here. And we have our bleed layer. That is a separate layer on its own. So there's a couple ways we could add bleed. We could add bleed by just making this bigger. This is a circle after all. Why can't we just do that? There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a bad option. But we have a little bit more control than we can do with this. So let's go over to our contour tool. You'll see some settings change. So there's some stuff we can do in here. There's some options for stroke. There's some options for the corner rounding, what the corner looks like. I just want to go over here right now to where this says 6.5 millimeters. For my bleed, I want this to be 0.125 inches. So I'm just going to do that right now and it'll do the conversion for me. So I'll do 0.125 inches. That's an 1/8 inch for me. And now it made it for me. As you can see, it extended past it, and I can shut this bleed layer off. This tool allows you to have a little bit more control though. So we go back here, we go back to our contour tool. Say I don't like that. I can just click and drag this and modify as I need it. So say if I need to choke this in for a little bit, like say if we're doing a flatbed printer and we need to choke in our white, we have that ability to do that here. Or if we need to design something with an inside bevel, we have that ability with this tool. We can go negative, positive. It keeps all the restraints going and everything. Very great tool. Now let's go to something a little bit more complex. Let's go over to this other artboard we have. We have a cog here. This has a little bit more shapes, a little bit more finesse to it. We also got an inside hole, which is fine with us. Some things I would always think about, if we're going to cut this out, one, what are we cutting it out of? That also really considers about how we're going to set up this cut. This cut I think is fine. Let's just say it's at a polystyrene like 020 or 030. This will be fine with it. You just have to look about your knife when you do your cutting. Make sure that your insides are not crossing. It'll cross right here. Won't look so pleasant. I need to make sure that that's set up. No, that's all Colic stuff. That's your cutter stuff. Like I said here, we got our art on one layer. We got our cut contour on one layer. We got our bleed on one layer. So we're going to go to our bleed layer. We're going to go to our contour tool again. We're going to go 0.125 inches. And as you can see, it made it. I would always recommend, we can also go here, we can make this a point, we can make it go in. If I'm making bleed, I like it to have a round corner. Some reasons for this. It gives us a little bit more meat when we're going to these corners. It helps if our artwork is a little bit shifted, or if the cut's a little bit shifted, it gives us just that little bit extra room of pillowing, so we're not running into any issues. Let's say the customer says, hey, I really like this, but I need that artwork to have an inside bevel. As much as I would talk to that customer out of it, especially for cutting out of it, it just creates problems. We're gonna paste this, so we're gonna copy it and paste it. As you see, we got another cog there. Let's say they wanted this one to be a yellow, but they wanted it to be a stroke. We can also do this with strokes. So let's do 0.2 or 2 points. And then we'll go to our contour tool. And then we're going to choke it in. And as you see, it keeps the stroke going. It keeps the dimensions going as we had it. And now we have our cut layer, our stroke in our layer, our art layer. We have our bleed also set up. We can hide the bleed so we can see what it looks like when it's going to be finished. We can turn it back on so we know it looks like it's going to be production. We can turn this off and this off so we know what it looks like it's going to be done. These set up as separate layers give you more control than just doing it all on one layer. Allows you to go back. You're not fumbling through one giant layer to try to figure out where everything is. Easy, quick, fast, non-destructive design. Think a little bit ahead when you're designing. It'll save you time down the road. It'll also just make you faster doing this process, getting used to it, getting it into your repertoire. But yeah, that's pretty much the contour tool. I love it. I love how it works in Affinity. If you learned something, if you like this, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.